Hi guys, Bran here, and welcome to another commentary video. And today, I want to ask you the also important question: what are you going to do when Dead by Daylight dies? What are you going to do when this game goes by the wayside? Because obviously this is a little bit more of a intense thing if that happens to me, because you know I content create for the game. So it changes a lot for me, but believe it or not, it's going to change a lot of things for you too, because a lot of you guys are like more into Dead by Daylight than I think you usually realize, you know, because obviously for most people in this scenario, it's one of those just, you know, oh, I'll just play another game. It's not a big deal, you know, like it doesn't really, you know, matter that much. Like you'll find your other game, you'll play something else and you move on. But odds are, obviously, if you're watching this video, you're a little bit more into Dead by Daylight than the average person. It kind of has a little bit, it's kind of like your main thing that you go to for your entertainment, whether that be for like watching YouTube videos, which is what you're doing right now. You watch Twitch streams of the game. You're playing it yourself, like a lot. But yeah, essentially your entertainment, like your Twitter's full of following people that are people in the community. Like essentially, like you are very into this web. You're very into this network of Dead by Daylight and the community that surrounds it. So my question to you is, like, what do you do when this game dies? Because it will die. It's not gonna not die. A lot of people are saying, like, this will be the thing that kills DBD every time anything happens. And like, honestly, the only thing that like realistically probably could have killed DBD was the whole NFT situation. That's probably the closest I think the game has gotten to been like, hey, this is like tons and tons of negative press, and like basically almost everybody universally hates that, and major media outlets reported on how terrible of a decision that was, and they were like universally panned for what they did there, and they survived that. They kept going. So I think at this point, like if they can survive like the NFT controversy, I think at this point they're just kind of like off scot-free. They're just gonna live until the game inevitably like just like goes kaput, or outlives its lifespan. So it's sticking around. I don't think a controversy is gonna take it down, but you know, it's whatever. But essentially, like, whether you love this game, whether you hate this game, it's a big part of our lives, you know. So I'm wondering what that vacuum looks like for you, and like what you would do in the scenario that like they announced that like, okay, we're making Dead by Daylight 2, or Behavior wants to move on to other projects, and the like everything that you've ever done in this game just kind of like gets shut off like within a month. Like what does that look like for you? What are you going to do? I think for me, if they weren't going to make another game, like if they're just like, we want to pursue other projects, and like Dead by Daylight is just like done, like it's gonzo. I don't want to just do the cop-out answer like, oh, I would just play VHS, because you know that's realistically what like a lot of people do, as long as VHS actually releases well and fine, which I'm sure it will. But you know, I think that I'm just gonna go to VHS is kind of the cop-out answer, right? Because you know, obviously that's kind of the obvious one. I think like aside from that, I think I would just like kind of lean harder into like horror games in general. I have been posting those semi-frequently from our Saturday playthroughs on the channel, and I haven't played one in a really long time. Again, like the moving and stuff's been a situation, but yeah, like I've been posting a little bit of horror content on the YouTube. Most of the horror content is on the Twitch and not here on YouTube, so you guys don't really get to see a whole lot of it. Like I play a lot of like Phasmo, Devour, Forewarned, and then we do the Saturday horror game requests, which are like, you know, actual like full-on horror games. Like last week we did Dead Space 2. So like, you know, I think I would just gonna lean harder into that, because like I've never been in the Dead by Daylight because of Dead by Daylight's like gameplay cycle. Like the 1v1 is super fun, don't get me wrong, but like I'm really here just because the horror aspects are fun. So it's kind of like a semi-competitive game, but it's also horror themed, and I've always been a horror fan, so I feel like that would be what my interest is. So even if DBD died, I would still love the horror aspect of everything. So I would try, you know, leaning harder into that, making more content for that than anything. And it would be really sad to have DBD going. I think that's something that a lot of people don't want to admit to, that it would just be sad if it just like went away within a month, you know, and just be gonzo. But I feel like it would be fine. I feel like we'd all find places to go and niches to be in, and I feel like it would all be fine at the end of everything. But yeah, tell me what you would do if DBD just like perished within a month, just randomly. Like you figured out that the top of January 2022, this game's going away. Like, what would you do? What would you do in that scenario? Please let me know. If you like this video, if you like these commentary, please let me know with the likey like down below. And if you want to see more of my videos, I do upload daily. Make sure that you sub a Rooney so the evil YouTube homepage doesn't hide that from you. Other than that, I don't have anything else for you. Thank you for watching, and if I don't see you next video, I'll see you when I see you, friends. Bye bye.